Welcome back to the greatest show. I am Jake Hale Harris. How are you guys doing today? Agent, congratulations on being first. Hello, Crank. Hello, Cass. Welcome in. A 20 stream streak. Holy shit, Crank. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, let's get back in. This is this bed we made. Game we started Wednesday. To recap, we are Sophie, a maid is the term because it's 1958, and we're a bit of a curious maid, so we like to look through people's things, not necessarily steal them, but look through them. So we go to clean up the room of one of the people that one of our rooms, and they've made a dark room in their bathroom, and we find pictures of us in said dark room. You say her name was Sophie. Yes. Don't worry, I messaged her. Don't worry. Hello, Jenny. I did indeed. Immediately message her and say, hey, guess what? And it has led us down a rabbit hole because not only does he keep an eye on us, but apparently that guy was keeping an eye on a couple in this room who one of the two, we think the wife is corresponding with someone else in another room. Actually, in this room? No. Some other room. So we're being led down a track of, there's a lot of interconnections in the people, at least on this floor. So, code upon codes. Just that encoded letter promise, there's indeed a note left in the vent. Written again, once again in code. Room 507. Yeah, I think so. Because he wanted to be closer to them and wanted to move to 507. 507 is the room that's being occupied by the other person. Confident will be able to decipher this one too. I'm becoming quite the expert, and we are quite the expert. Maybe tonight in my room, Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan. Hey, there it is. There's another code broken, another lead to follow. I asked Andrew to find a Michael in the logbook, and just said I'd hope there's only one sequence at the moment. Michael Beaumont, the son of Anne Beaumont, 507. We have a bunch of characters now. We've got Michael Beaumont, who's this kid. So Michael is Anne's son. I thought his name was Mitchell this entire time, probably because anytime we've interacted, he's been either racing down the hallway mid-sentence, talking through a mouth full of sugar-frosted pops. But I didn't recognize the name at first. I think Michael must be around 8 or 9. He's a sweet little boy, and he's grown a lot of the maids here, so he's been seeing him for around a month now. I think a lot of us will be sad to see him go. His mom asked me for extra blankets once, so that he could build a blanket fort. Glad he's been enjoying his stay at the Clarington. Staying at hotels when your kid must be such an adventure. And Beaumont. Very short. For her. One of the two guests staying in room 507, the other being her son Michael. She's a D4C. I don't know how that information got out the first time, but since then, Linda's made sure we won't forget it.
Looks like I'm headed to room 507.
Headed to room 507. Do not disturb. That's right. There's a do not disturb sign, but they did call. There's the blanket fort. All right. Let's start with the cups. Actually, what are we expecting? Ooh. Saucy. Wait. There's lipstick on both of them. Interesting. So Marcella Cruz is the woman who we believe is corresponding with Anne Beaumont. That would explain why there's lipstick on both of these. We have been picking these up to clean them, so we're gonna keep doing that. All right, what's this?
Mr. Cruz, huh?
Oh.
Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean?
So all the hotel, hello from work and phone, hello Splash. All the room numbers in the Clarington are 3-digit. So I don't think these are room numbers. They're not times because the times are on the right. Also, there's, never mind. Only 2 of them could be a time. But the other 3 are past 2400. Actually, a very cool detail. So this game takes place in Montreal. And for the, so far, the dates have all been in day, month, year. But the cruises are American. And these are in month, day, year. And I almost didn't even notice because I was just like, oh yeah, this is how you write them. Because when I say dates, I say February 17th, January 2nd, September 11th. So we write dates like we say them. Also, for organizational purposes, honestly, for organizational purposes, we should be doing year, month, date. But month, date, years is good second alternative. For organizational purposes, day, month, year is a terrible way to do dates. And I will die on that hill. Anyway, so I wonder what the numbers mean. That's what we're coming back to. I guess I'm covering. There we go. It's kind of blurry, but you can see it now. 2663, 1824, 7237, 4160, and 1187. We're not throwing that away. What's this? Cigarettes, king size. The month should be in the middle. Year, month, date. I will happily concede to. Day being first only makes sense of if you're like, well, it's the smallest thing. That's the only reason. Yeah, no, I think weird. The people who were trained to date their photos by doing year, month, day like doing year, month, day. Hello, Kate. Welcome in. Yeah. I understand the thought process behind month, day, month, year. It's not how we say things. It's terrible for organizational purposes. It's literally just well, it's smallest to largest, which is technically true, but it's one of those things of like, but is that actually practical for data use? That's it. And but that's also like a very English language thing. Like I've dabbled in learning Danish, but not Swedish. But I never got to like how you say dates. So it could very well be that basically in every other language besides English, you say like today's date, it would be 12th July. Like I don't know how you like where it's said in that order. And if that's the case in other languages, then it makes sense to do it that way. It's just, how could you? Look, I was banned dates. Don't worry, I haven't gotten a date in a long time. I've already banned them. We say day before month. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure someone's done the work to say like how each language says dates, because you can technically say 11th of September. So it's not like it's wrong to say it in English. It's just that's a weird way of saying it. But anyway, just how you like for normal English conversation, saying 12th of July is basically the only reason, not the only reason, but the usual reason at this point in my life that I hear people say it that way is to justify writing day, month, year. What's this? We're going to toggle plain text. Ah, okay, a lot of this crossed off. The winds and the leaves that day made a sound that sounded like... A sound that sounded like? Really, Anne? honestly, good catch by Anne. I've read a lot of stuff that would just let that be. And it's not necessarily technically wrong, it's just you're trying to be poetic, using the same word twice in the same sentence. And feel off. The winds and leaves that day made the tree whistle a soft melody that came to my ear. I remember every part of this day, for it was the day we met. Jesus, this is bad. I was looking for my cat when I heard the sound of the leaves blowing in the wind, like a melody to my ear, on this summer day where I met you. Wait. I like that last one. Why did that last one get crossed out? Like, I agree the first one's bad. I never thought that way that you say the name of the month first in the day. Yeah. Yeah. To me, that's entirely, like, that's the entire justification of why we do month, day, year. But it's also, like, I don't... I'm a big fan of stuff that's practical to everyday use. That's why I don't think it's weird that Americans like to compare sizes to anything but metric. Because yes, I know I can easily picture in my head how long a football field is. If you tell me something's 2 football fields long, I know exactly how long that is. So that using that as a unit of measurement is actually, like, I know people outside of the US will laugh at it, but it's like, I don't know, it's genuinely, like, if I say it's a kilometer, like, sure, that's a very good technical thing to know, but for everyday conversations, okay. The way we say dates already implies the of. So saying month first would sort of sound like saying March 23rd of. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. That is important, like, because I think I've actually made this argument before, but it was only talking about it in English, and I did kind of ignore, wait, how do other languages say it? What is this? Oh my god. This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will have bad luck. Mr. Smith received the letter in 1953, made 33 copies, and sent them 3 days later. 3 days later, he won the lottery. Mr. Jones received it in 1956, made 33 copies, and sent them. 3 days later, he discovered an old treasure in his backyard. Mr. Williams received the letter and burned it. His wife and 3 kids died in a fire that very night. Mr. Green forgot the letter in a drawer and lost his job. Found the letter again, he got a better job than before. In no case should this chain be broken. Make 33 copies and send them. You'll experience great joy within 3 days. Fucking chain letters! Oh my god. Chain letters weren't invented with email. I actually had no idea. Like, it makes sense that they were around before email. I just only ever remember them with email. Like, I haven't got one of these in a long time. Well, I've always heard them referred to as chain emails. So, like, I think well, not only. I've heard them referred to as chain letters as well, but, like, it's email. I don't know. Like, it didn't click in my head of, like, oh, yeah, that's why it's actually referred to letters. This is so funny. I love this. Also, I'm doing the world a favor. Wait, what if I just brought bad luck? Oh my god, what if I just brought bad luck on...
Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company.
Oh.
Let's get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together. Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
Okay, so it is in French, but the plain text is in English. I don't want to ruin the French language by trying to, like, I know merci. But other than that, I'm just, it'd be awful. It would actually be racist for me to try to do to read French. So can't ruin something that's already trash. Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I want to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A. Damn T autocorrect. Oh, so it was okay. I was gonna put it back. It wasn't actually a tip, but it was a tip. So
that look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from?
You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I recognize that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss out of this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same.
Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff.
Right. In here.
Locked. The key has to be around here somewhere.
Okay. Who's Greta? Hey, no los dos. Oh. Where's the picture that was in?
So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
Here's your reminder that you should be getting every day. That Project 2025 wants to end no-fault divorce in the US. And now back to the video game. Dear Anne, I have met with Lewis, and he has asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you are hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also, a friendly reminder that my fees for January need to be paid before the end of this month. Happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Sincerely, Howard. I wonder if one of the playthroughs you could do of this game is you throw everything away. And, like, lose all the evidence, but you, like... What's this? Adam or Eve? A confession of a shocking and forbidden love, and she resists the ultimate temptation. The meme! It is. Oh my gosh. Except he's not looking disgusted at her. Adam or Eve, a heartbreaking decision. Should Rose stay in a marriage that no longer makes her happy, or seek refuge in the arms of the woman who truly understands her? She has tasted the forbidden fruit years ago, and now she is all she can think of. But while her family and society as a whole think of her as she turns to a life of sin. Oh, it's the same author of the prolific author behind novels such as And They Were Roommates. Yes, that is a book we have already found called And They Were Roommates. Should she be condemned for even entertaining the thought of leaving her husband, or for having to make such a heartbreaking decision?
Bridget Boswell. Didn't I see that name somewhere earlier?
Yes, you did, sir. I mean, I don't know enough about, especially in Canada. Like, I think in the US, like, what is it, is it the Hays Code? There's some, it was mostly applied to movies, but it ended up, or like, I think it's most famously applied to movies, but it really applied to everything. Hays Code is movies? Was it just movies? Because I thought, a couple years ago, I watched the movie about the throuple. Well, the guy and his two wives, the guy who helped create Wonder Woman and his two wives. And I remember there was some. It must not have been the same code then. It must have been a similar code that applied to comic books. And it was basically the same thing. It was just that some organization got to just straight up tell you no. You can't do this. Like, this is too scandalous of some nature. Maybe it wasn't the Hays Code but I figured if comic books had it and movies had it, then books would have had it too. But this is Canada.
Keys are Snoop's best friend.
Shut up.
Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged.
December 26, 1945. So 13 years, well, 12 years and 2 months before this game. Oh, okay. Was there not a similar one for books? That's where, well, I mean, this is Canada, so, like, it's not like they would have had the same thing, but I assume, maybe I'm wrongfully assuming that the U.S. was alone in this. Dear Anne, you were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cool weather in Montreal. My family has never seen snow before. They cannot find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they are missing. Wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. Believes as an old book. That's true. I was childish, but not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year's, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you're still able to have a good time. I'd leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. Just finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night studying sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you believe it. I'll see you soon. Warm wishes. Marcella lives in Texas. What's up, buddy? I love you. Can you eat your breakfast? You barely touched it. He has no idea what I'm saying. He's doing really good recently about, like, eating his full meal and all that good stuff. And basically yesterday, he, like, barely touched his food. I didn't even give him the full amount last night just because there was so much left in his bowl and he didn't even finish that. Barely touched his food this morning. I don't know what's going on with him. Is there anything in this drawer? Okay. Oh. Okay, let's other Mr. Beaumont. Anne's husband for now. The relationship is not a good place, to put it lightly. His wife fled with their son and is now trying to divorce him. Meow. What's up, buddy? I know. You're a go-buster. Yeah? Where you going? Where you going? Come here. Come say hello. Yeah. Oh. Buddy. What's going on? What's going on? Love you. We'll go Buster. We'll go Buster. To do already. That silly faces. That silly face. Silly face. Oh, we gotta get that ear cleared out. Even you're very gunky here. There's still gunk in it. Why do you go so much gunk? So much gunk. Ears are really bugging it. Whoa. Thank you. Hey, your ear. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go clean my hands. This is all from his ear. You okay, buddy? Asian just called you beautiful, buddy. Yeah, I gotta clean my hands now. Got all this gunk in your ear. Literally putting my finger in it. Why? Is that what's bugging you? Okay. I'm gonna... Oh. Whoop. Careful. Careful, buddy. Okay, we're gonna go to a quick break. I'm gonna run an ad while I clean my fingers, get all the buster ear gunk off them. See you guys in a second. All right, we got about 20 seconds of ads left. Quickly click through the clues we've just... Violet lipstick stain. Orange lipstick stain. Ooh, those are fun colors. All right, welcome back from the ads. I just clicked on a couple of the things we've already thoroughly looked at. Cat collar. Greta. Letter from M. Oh. Well, it's definitely Marcella, right? But also the fun thing is the lipstick colors are apparently violet and orange. All right, progress. Chest full of secrets. There's an ornate wooden chest sitting on the suitcase on Anne's bed. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of Grandma's jewelry box, the one she bought in Quebec City from a street vendor who chiseled all his own wares. Something that beautiful must be holding something of value, right? If I can find a key, I can take a look for myself. Let the snooping commence. It's a bit of a mess in room 507, but nothing out of the ordinary for a mother and child staying for such a long period of time. Where should I start investigating? There's an open suitcase lying in the bed that immediately drew my attention. Lots of other things lying around too. Alright.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time.
Chutes and ladders.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time.
To Anne Bursey. Subject, Michael's withdrawal from school. Dear Mrs. Bursey, we have successfully processed your result to withdraw your son, Michael Bursey, from his school schedule and the system under the agreement that he will continue his education from home. Following this letter, you will receive the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum from home. The social worker will be in touch to help you understand our milestones so your son can benefit from our programs from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education. Director Donald Byron. What's going on? We just snuggled. We snuggle more? I don't think that's it. And then nothing on the back. What's this book? La Grammaire pour tout. Okay. What's going on here? There's a letter.
Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you.
It's in French. Dad, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of her hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. That's me! I'm the really nice maid! Well, I didn't bring the blankets. I didn't make the choice to bring the blankets, but the character we're playing did. The hotel's nice, too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before, but Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. You think she'll ever stop loving me, too? Holy shit. That is... MWR? Morale and Welfare? Midwestern Railway. Oof, yeah. I don't know if I've heard that one coming from kids of D4Cs, but that's gotta be something they think of, right? Like, wait, dad stopped loving mom stopped loving dad. Does that mean they can stop loving other people like me? See, MWR got all the Marines to come out.
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
I hope you are well, in spite of the circumstances. We've been on the train for 2 days now. It's a long ride, made even longer by the fact I cannot wait to see you again. We're scheduled to arrive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to me until we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Say hello to Michael for me. M. Definitely not Marcella. Definitely not Marcella. Huh. That is interesting. I can't wait to see you. Don't act like you know me. Hopefully I don't have to stand at POA for the national anthem before a movie. I don't think I ever watched a movie at an MWR. I was always at tiny bases at the MWR was just like, cool, we got this instead. Which granted at Henderson Hall, they were able to get free tickets to Nationals games, which was cool. It wasn't MWR, just on base movie theater. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we got free tickets to Nationals games, which granted the Nationals were terrible at the time. Bro, what's up, Farah? Did I pronounce that right, Farah? Welcome in. Alright, what else is here? Pencils instead of crayons? I've only seen MWR in Iraq. I was pretty much only on army bases. So, saw a lot of them. Okay, sweet. Good, I'm glad. I can't believe they'd have pencils instead of crayons. This is... What's the word I'm looking for? Ooh, can I grab the bowl to throw away? There's just some video game consoles and pool tables and Uganda guards. Oh. Your Frosted Pops. I guess the bowl would probably be hers. What's all this? Ah.
You almost look like Marcella.
So where would... Oh. Mount Royal College. Oh. How much subs you got? On YouTube, I'm assuming you're asking me? Not that many. My YouTube's kind of just like where I put my VODs and not really where I do a ton of interactions, so you know. I like it when people, yeah, 60 subs on YouTube. Jumbo! Taco, I don't know if I've properly told you. Kate and I were at our MOS school together. Kate and I were at the MOS school together. And Taco was a gunny in our beloved core that I met here on Twitch. Wait, no, I wanted to look at the gloves. Okay. Can't open that. Can't open that. This though. Hey. What's up, Fair? Are you 61? Were you my 60th? I can't actually. It's not telling me if you were. Hello. Okay, we gotta find a second key in here. Where would... No. Something I'm missing in here? Oh. Why are you still playing this game? I didn't come close. I haven't beaten it yet. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. Ah, in here. Okay, let's clean the toilet. We'll clean the mirror. But yeah, I enjoy puzzle games, so...
I think I can open the chest now.
Wait, what? I have one key. Oh, unless it's one key opens both. Look at that toilet, shit is dirty as hell. It's been cleaned! Maybe the strongest battleground? What? Is that like a game? What game is this? This is this bed we made. You are playing as Sophie, who is a maid. She's a housekeeper in a fancy hotel in Montreal in 1958. And while, you know, cleaning rooms, she's a bit of a snoop, but doesn't steal anything. Cleaning rooms, she finds pictures of herself in a room of a guest that she doesn't know at all, and it leads her down a trail of finding out more of the guests are interconnected and trying to figure out what's going on with all this. Of course. But yeah, I've been having a ton of fun with this.
I left the clean towels on my cart.
I gotta give her new towels as well. This towel. Wait, where are the towels? Oh, there we go.
Let's put those on the bathroom shelf.
Still looks dirty? Yeah, I want to do something about this wall. Like up here?
I left the clean towels on my cart.
How many... Okay. Can I only pick up one at a time? Okay, good. 4 now. Still looks... Yeah. I can't do anything about this stuff on the wall. Damn. Wait, what's this say?
He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
I just met with your damn lawyer. You've got some balls to accuse me of all that. As if you were so irreproachable yourself. You think I don't know where you spend your nights? The worst of all is that you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me. Ashtray. What is this? A White Cat Bar and Restaurant, 1249 Metcalf. White Cat Bar and Restaurant. Okay. Anything else over here? No, let's check on what's in this box.
I'll need another key to unlock this.
What?
Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere?
No. Where did I see one just like this somewhere? Oh, no, you're fine, Izuku. Thank you for being here at all. People show up when they show up for streams. That's part of the reason I like having a VOD on YouTube now. Is like I love interacting with people, but like if you just are here to chill and watch, like that is a-okay too. And I want to make sure that people have access to the full thing so they can just chill and watch if they really want to. So yeah, I have no issue of when people show up at all. I've had people show up in like the last 10 seconds of stream, but I'll still say hi to them. So freaking nice. No, I mean, I appreciate that. I don't know. I think plenty of people are like this. But okay, okay, I went in the bathroom and she said, I think I have everything I need to open the suitcase now, right?
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont.
And then the wedding ring. But where? Why can't I look at that? Where's the other key? Oh, this is so cute. Keeps a wedding ring on top of the toilet. Someone who's about to get a divorce and probably wants to toss it down the toilet and hasn't done it yet. I don't know. That seems legit to me. Okay, I'm very confused. Definitely when I went in the bathroom, she said something about, I think I have everything I need to...
A lovely shade of lipstick.
Okay, so she's the orange, Marcella was the violet. I don't see a key in here. Was there a key back in this room? The only thing that would make sense. Oh. I haven't done that yet. So that's the apology letter. Huh. Okay.
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
What? Oh, it was up here. Wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Wait, where? Yeah, here's the other. Is it Brigitte Boswell? Wait, she's right. I thought there was. What would it look like that? Hmm. Why does it look like a? Why does this cut off so badly? Hold on. Oh my god, it does cut off terribly. What the hell? How long is this game supposed to take? That's a good question. I actually never looked up how long this game's supposed to be to beat. I kind of wish I had. 3 to 6 hours? We're already at 3 hours. Holy shit. We're at almost at 4 hours. The map to red strings. Well, so this is the first room we went into. And this guy, we thought he was following us, but it turns out he was following the couple that's in room 509. But yeah, so that's why he's got all the strings. Oh, maybe I was gonna leave these to. Oh, wait. Do not forget to buy more film. I feel like I didn't look at those last time. Okay.
I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile.
Right. Okay.
Think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe?
Wait. Do we not? Huh? It's not in here.
Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Oh, I see. It's on her. It's her necklace.
Clarrington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew.
Sophie, crazy timing. I've got something for you.
Oh, what is it?
I heard a certain Mr. Cruz and a Mr. Morgan had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who told you that?
Jacques did. Apparently, it got so heated he had to get involved. And it sounds like we were on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around.
Oh, looks
quite
good.
a lot.
I feel like the character design's really good in this game. Affair?
Affair?
Exactly.
How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got too intense. But he said Mr. Cruz looked like he was about to kill Mr. Morgan. So Mrs. Cruz must be having an affair with him, right? And her husband found out?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that open a chest.
And they were roommates.
Okay. There's definitely something going on between them.
Maybe they're just good friends. Oh man. This is where I tell Andrew that girls like boys do, nothing new. Let's put it out there.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
Really? Well, it is the 1950s after all. I guess anything's possible. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but...
It's the 1950s after all.
Friends, right?
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
You didn't just pick
I guess
that?
we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest.
It's complicated. I'll talk about it in a
I'll be able
second.
to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may be able to do something about that chest.
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
Hey, yo. What's up, Pat?
Thank you for not giving up.
I would never give up on you.
Andrew, the Chad. He's kind of a Chad. Okay, so first off, well, this isn't in either of their rooms, but... And they were roommates. She was alone in a town she barely knew, hundreds of miles away from home. She was desperate for comfort and found in the arms of the most unexpected person. What first started as a normal friendship between two women soon blossomed into something much more passionate and disturbing. Okay, so now, let me be clear, that book's not in either of their rooms. But, by the same author... Where was it? Adam or Eve. Now, this is in Mrs. Beaumont's room. Should Rose stay in a marriage that no longer makes her happy, or seek refuge in the arms of the woman who truly understands her? The person whose room this is in is trying to get a divorce. Love a good sapphic romance, right? Hello, Pat, by the way. There was also a book in Marcella's room, but I don't think it was nearly as sapphic. Here. Is it good so far? I've really enjoyed this so far. It's been fun. It's been able to... There's been lots of engagement. Here we go. Stranger in the Night. Oh. No, this is just a detective novel. It's actually interesting, though, because it's... Hey, this person's trying to track down a killer, and then the killer's with them all along. What's this thing about Andrew? But anyway, there's it's the 50s. It's hard to read into it too well. But I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that they're the two having the affair. Okay, but anyway. Okay, so I need to find what now?
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here.
Okay, let's check the janitor's closet. I think they're not gonna let me leave the floor until
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her?
There's also
downstairs?
a interesting, like, Life is Strange Telltale Games aspect going on where like decisions or lack of decisions have lots of consequences. I feel like I move my arms too much when I walk. Plaster's just on the ground in the hallway. Look, the place is kind of a mess. Like we think earlier we had the opportunity to take lipstick out of someone's locker and avoid them getting in trouble, or Oh, cool. I can... The key back?
He's worked with us for years. He's always been loyal. Is there anything you might have said or done to anger him?
What are you saying? That I deserve this?
No, of course not. All I need to say is that maybe from his perspective, well,
So the owner of the hotel is blocking a proposal to build a mental hospital downtown.
I don't know what on earth is going on.
Oh god, everyone's getting fired and I could have done something about it and I didn't. Shit. Well that sucks. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't just quit. Why is this already open? Where are the candles? Wait, what's this? Rebecca? The VIP guest in room 602 is getting on my nerves. He's ordering food that's on the menu. I don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all the wishes come true. They look like a goddamn genie. Not even the worst of it, though. Every night he barges to the kitchen and feels at home, asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs $4 roast beef? I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself.
So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it?
Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power. Again, I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chowder off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? I remember you saying you never want to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent. Please. Okay. We're not in here. We'll close your locker point. What's all the... Oh, Janine has pictures of her cats on her locker. We love that. Okay, I left my keys in the break room, right? I remember that being a thing.
Bernard just fired you.
What? What happened?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Please, just tell me.
It's Linda. She wrote some stuff on her own door with my lipstick so I would get the blame.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Wendy, wait. I do. I believe you.
It's too late now, Jacques.
Oh.
Wendy!
Oh. Did I just do a little twirl? That's the other person we got fired by not... That's the person we got fired by not taking the lipstick out of her locker, apparently. Whoever keeps stealing my lunch, I want my Tupperware back. Susan. Yeah. Let's hope we gotta, like, do dishes or something like that. Okay, where did I leave... Apparently I left my keys in the break room. But where?
Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie.
That's right. Coffee in the break room costs 5 cents. I'm gonna leave this up for just a little bit. Just a reminder. Stop worrying and save your marriage with Lysol. Does your personal hygiene worry you? Lysol saves marriages. So something we learned on Wednesday when we did the stream is Lysol was at one point marketed as a women's personal hygiene solution. Ladies, well, for people with, you know, that equipment down there, please don't. It has been proven to be absolutely not. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's it'd be harsh to give you a rash. I don't splash copied out some of the stuff that it ended up doing, I don't want to. I genuinely don't want to think about it because it was, or stop reading. Oh, this is like eight. What's the word? What is this called? Spades? It's spades, right? Poor Bobby. Bobby, you realize the person with the lowest score wins, right? Scored fucking 21 on the first one. No, it's lye soil. It's completely different. That's true. What other ones have we had so far? Oh my god. That's a good... Whoa, just Googled it? Is it even worse than we imagined? Agatha Christie?
Must be Andrew's current read. Or one of them, anyway.
Witness for the prosecution. What's this one?
Don't worry, Gossiper. I'm coming back to you. I still haven't learned all of Gracie Jones' secrets.
Wait, does that mean... Oh, good, my key's here.
Gotta hold on to these tight.
The 50s were... Yeah! That's why the, the comment of... This stuff happens in the 50s is... Whew, something. Okay,
Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already.
That's true. Let's go up to the kitchen. We got our key, which is also important.
Sophie, you're forgetting what you came
Wait,
here
what?
for. The candles. Better try to get them before Andrew gets here.
But Bobby's up in the kitchen. Oh, unless they're already in his locker. I figured it out. My brain cells started clicking together. Buster let me one finally. Okay, this is Bobby. No, it's Andrew. It was open.
Andrew? Gosh, I hardly recognized you. Guess this is from a different lifetime.
It's the 50s.
Figures that if you were going to break any rules, it'd be the ones about which books you can or cannot read.
Les Mis by Hugo, an essay concerning human understanding. I'm assuming by John Locke. So he's already some photos of people just as teenagers. Have we taken any new ones since then? Andrew's young in this game. Like, I don't know exactly like how old Sophie or Andrew are supposed to be, but they are. It feels like they're supposed to be around the same age, and like that they could both be 20. And like that might even be too old. I totally get what you mean though, of like. But I think it's actually appropriate in this game. Madame Bovary by Flaubert. Critique of Pure Reason by Kant. Candide by Voltaire. On the Revolutions of the Heavenly Spheres by Copernicus. And The Second Sex by de Beauvoir? I'm familiar with some of these. I'm assuming these are all real books. Which is interesting because they definitely have some not real stuff in this game.
What happened to you before you came to Montreal? Why don't you want to go back home?
Hello, my little ravioli. I hope this letter finds you well. I've been thinking about you a lot, praying for you every Sunday and more. You're always on my mind. I hope you still like Montreal. I hear it's getting really cold up there. Don't go out without a jacket and gloves. I know, you always rolled your eyes at me whenever I said that, but frostbites are no joke. I'm hoping you're right back soon. The boys have been asking about you, and even though you think they like to make fun of you, I know they really do miss you. Everyone misses you. Nobody cares about what happened except you, my darling. Just come home whenever you're done doing what you're doing. And keep telling your father that God had the boldest plans for you, and that it's his problem if he can't see it. I've always seen it, my angel. Marcia at the grocery store says, let go and let God. I trust your faith, my son. I really do. Wherever it takes you, as long as you find your way back home. I'll cook you a real Osobuco? When you do, that's something you can't find in Montreal. God's by your side. I love you, Ma. They're real nice. Redheaded Italian.
J.K.L. Harris smells like syrupy waffle.
Jelly Raid. Hello, 10 letters 10. Hello, 10 letters Raiders. It's like we're doing Friend Friday, except we're not. How was Once Human? I was lurking for a while, obviously. I was hanging out for a little bit. How was it? I am J.K.L. Harris, or Elfbane, if you know me from 10 letters community. I'm a recovering Dead by Daylight streamer that does, you know, fun story games and puzzle games, and we're doing a fun puzzle story game called This Bed We Made. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. Where you start out as a housekeeper maid in a hotel in 1958 in Montreal. You go to clean a room and you find pictures of yourself. And it starts you down a rabbit hole of mystery and stuff. And it's been pretty fun. So right now we're trying to find candles so we can make a plaster of a key so we can have a second key. But we're also snooping on our coworkers. Because we are a bit of a snoop. That's actually the pictures are of us looking at stuff we probably should be looking at. No, close. Okay, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby.
No candles, but this looks like the laundry room.
Learning about how to exist in the 1950s. Like using Lysol on your lady bits. Actually pretty fun. I think it, so I know you were saying you were concerned about like food and eating and drinking mechanics. And I think that game does have them. Did you enjoy it even because of that? Got that Fabuloso. Yeah, didn't we just read something? It was a Boston, which is great. Nice. Didn't we just read something about that? Who has it? I actually couldn't tell you what it is. Only seen offshore. Okay, so it's what we're looking for is in that corner, but what else can we find in here? From Norway. I'd imagine being from Norway. I think that's like the only Scandinavian country not represented in my chat. Like cleaner from your god. Oh. Paper note. Okay. So it's just a list of stuff that's been found, I guess? A movie script. Okay. I know I have Europeans in here. What is with using a comma to denote the difference between dollars and cents instead of a period, which is a full stop? I know it's not everywhere in Europe, and so I might not even have the right people in here, but it's... They just do that in the UK. I don't think they do it just in the UK. Well, they do spell shit wrong in the UK. That is true. What are you asking? So, like, on here, we've got, like, the 250 in loose change, the 135 in loose change. And it has a comma between to denote the difference between dollars and cents. So $1.35, 1.35. In the US, you write that with a period. And in fact, I've noticed this for any numbers where you would, like, for instance, if it's like 9.5%, for instance, in the US, you would write that 9.5. Whereas other places, mostly in Europe that I've seen this, it's written as a comma. I'm curious why that's, or like what about that makes sense to you, because like for us we would use commas to like, it's like if you have $10,000 we would write that 10, comma 000 just to help show how many zeros there are, so you can at a glance tell, oh yeah, there's 4 zeros in this because it's every 3 starting from the period place. But sometimes for simplicity's sake, if it's 4 digits, you don't put a comma. Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Usually we're the ones that do things wrong, so what the hell is this comma doing? Yeah, it might not even, it might be literally be like just a German thing or something. I feel like,
Script?
oh, this is the movie script that needs more murders, add killer tornado. Oh, okay. All right, so yes, that is something I've seen. So basically the dot kind of became popular as the multiplication sign instead of the X, but it makes it hard to tell, was the dot supposed to be the decimal place or multiplication, so started using, European mathematicians started to use commas instead of decimal. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. It's stupid, they should just use parentheses like real mathematicians, but does make sense. All right, change title, not catchy enough. In a northwesterly direction. That's weird because the dot for multiplication looks very different. I think now that everything's typed, it does. But if everything was handwritten, I don't know how old Leibniz is. But if you're handwriting a dot, it can be confusing. Okay. Why cut the scene inside the nose? Best part of the script. September 5th, or February 58. See if James Stewart is available. Oh. Like other things in here? 216. Dot 216. Interesting. That. Basement. Half erase code. So the last numbers to a safe? Alright, let's find the candles. Should be in here. No? Here?
It would make sense for Rebecca to keep her candles by her workstation.
Strike screenplay title and author were exactly what my notes was. Is there a multiplication dot on a standard US keyboard? Yeah, I think it's just that. Exactly what you typed, which is just asterisk, right? Is there a difference? Yeah, it's literally... Oh, I'm a raider now. That's right. I should close that tab. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. Wasn't it? It literally wasn't one of these. Yeah, I wonder if that was the US's answer to making sure the dot looked different. I mean, again, really, you should just... Oh, here's the candles.
Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just got a candle. Now, what next?
Yeah, what Cater just said. Like at this point, like by the time you get to high school math, you're using parentheses for multiplication. So it's interesting that that's still a thing that gets taught when it's based off of, you know. Ooh, damn. I wouldn't say faulty, but like an outdated thing. Ooh, what's this?
Mr. VIP is really getting to Bobby.
Rebecca, I confess I'm about to commit murder. I don't care who he is, how rich he is, how famous he is. The VIP guest in 602 is a goddamn psycho. He ordered room service this morning when somehow the plates got mixed up and you received eggs instead of pancakes. It happens, right? Bunch of nerds nerding. Yeah. Honestly, Splash should just assume that whatever she missed, it's a bunch of nerds nerding. Well, the man rushed to the kitchen in a frenzy, yelled at us for 10 minutes straight, saying eggs are disgusting and he hates them. I should have told him he's disgusting and I hate him. Thought of spitting at his next meal. Before leaving, he swore he'd never order anything from her kitchen ever again. Without the shadow of a doubt, this is the worst establishment I've ever visited, he said in a pompous accent. Whoever sends his clothes downstairs to be cleaned, can you be a good friend and stitch all his pockets? Any other form of sabotage would do too. I know you're creative, so be careful not to arouse too much suspicion. Damn! Damn, Bobby! Get it.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, I remember reading a spy novel, I can't remember the title, it wasn't that good, in which they used wax and plaster to make a keyhole.
0183? Ooh.
I'm thinking we could do the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Sure? No. In the novel, they used a special kind of wax, not candle wax. But I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this, shall we?
Yeah, the game brought a discussion.
First step, pour the wax, I suppose? Careful though, the pot's probably hot.
Yeah, pour that.
That's it. Nicely done. Next step, better wait a few seconds before removing it. Looks good. Pretty sure you can take it out now.
More, make a mess.
I think we're almost done. All that's left is to pour the plaster from the cup into the mold.
Too much. Oh my god. Now we just
Good
let it
job.
cool?
So now we wait until it's dry, I guess.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A few minutes, probably. We can poke it every now and then to check.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
More. That's all it would let me do.
No, but I like it. I feel like I'm
Is it
in
weird
one
the
of those
bellhop?
novels
He's
I spend my days
actually
reading.
not the bellhop. He is concierge. And he loves to read. He loves to read. He loves the spy novels and everything else. Why key? Because we need... There's a box in Mrs. Beaumont's room that needs 2 keys to open. We have one of them, and the other one is around Marcella's neck as a necklace. So we're not going to get that one. So we had to figure out a way to get a second one off the first one. It's a stretch, absolutely. It's definitely a stretch that this would work, but it's not a stretch that he would try it. And he really loves to read, and he's expressed interest in James Bond, and this was before a James Bond movie was ever made. So he's literally read Sir Ian Fleming, and very, very carefully they even mentioned the book, that it's a book, not a movie. So like Splash was impressed. I know.
Have you ever read banned books?
What do you mean?
You know, books banned by the church. I heard, Copernicus is a pretty interesting read.
Huh. Funny you should say that. It's on my list, actually. Although I can confirm it takes a more scientific mind than mine to enjoy it.
I suppose there's a reason why those books are illegal, right?
Well, the church did persecute Galileo for saying the Earth revolved around the sun, and not the other way around. So, even as a man of the cloth, I don't mind saying their judgment isn't always the best.
A man of the cloth? Wait, you're a priest?
Technically, no. I've gone through most of the classes, but I left the seminary before taking holy orders.
Wow, I never
So
knew
yeah,
that.
smart guy.
Yeah, I think you're the first person here that I've told.
I really can't imagine you in robes. Actually, I can't imagine you in anything but this uniform.
Yeah, I guess we've never seen each other outside of work, huh? Maybe we should grab a coffee one day? I could tell you all about the exciting things that happened at the seminary.
Well, I told you he was creepy. Again, you just are biased against Reddit. Oh, do we let him down easier or do we say yes? I don't know if I have the time. Ooh, okay. I already know Splash's vote, so I know that's 2 votes for I don't have the time. We don't need to know what goes on in them church schools. I don't think this game lasts long enough for us to get, like, married or anything.
I don't think I can right now. I'm just too busy with work and my mom and...
Oh, I forgot about that. She's sick, isn't she?
So we'll finish tonight.
Is she doing
Supposedly it's 6 hours. 3 to 6
She's
hours.
okay.
I don't know how it's 3
She
hours.
just needs
I guess I
help
read
with,
a lot.
you know, the house.
Like a
and
lot,
the
a
bills
lot.
and everything.
It's really nice of you to take care of her like that. Oh, look. I think our key double is dry and ready to go.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I should get back upstairs, though. I've been gone far too long already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and you should probably be careful when you turn it. Otherwise, it could break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sophie.
Just to see how a plastic key would hold up. I mean, I'm assuming not as well as it's going to in this game. Alright, is there anything else down here? This. Have you heard there's a famous movie director staying in 602? Jay. I was there when he checked in. I don't know who he is, but it must be pretty important because Bernard was almost licking his boots. He let the man bring his dog in the hotel. That's the dog we've been hearing. S. Is he shooting a picture in Montreal? J. I'm heard he's here on a scout, but I'm not sure what it means. S. Maybe he's making a picture on Boy Scouts. J. Do you think he'll shoot in the hotel? Why? I hope he does. Imagine. We can meet famous actors like James Dean. So the director has supernatural powers because Dean is very much dead. What? James Dean is dead? Andrew's Book Club. Let's talk about books and stuff over a nice cup of coffee. Where? The Corner Cafe. When? Thursday, 7 p.m. Why? Why not? For more details, please contact Andrew. James Dean dead in the 50s. Yes? By 58? That'd be weird they got that detail wrong. 55 is when he died. It's only 5'7". They're sufficient for single use. Normally they're made because you were low on time and don't have prolonged access to actual keys. You use plastic one and make another one later. Alright, well, let's try it.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Oh no. I don't know if I needed to turn it that slowly, but absolutely a thing that it could break.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it. Since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Let her really take you back. And the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Okay. Okay, so unlike her favorite bar, which is the white cat, this one was black. That's probably...
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet.
But I want to figure out the... We know the name of her cat. I just need to go back and look at it. That's the first one. And then the second one we have to look through... Find names? When you get better, try to rest today. I'll bring you hot soup after class. M. Aw. Do you like to doodle even then? White or green? No, it's the it's gonna be the name of the cat, I think.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
Just take all of it? I can't... Yeah, I can't take any of it. Postman Always Drinks Twice is playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. Based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing you like crime stories and murder so much. Nothing creepy about that. Then come with me. M. On movie tickets. Lowe's Theater. Montreal, Canada. 25 cents, admit 1. We were right. We were right. Who is Marcella? Marcella is Mrs. Cruz. Like I always say, pride is year round. Oh, Splash. Splash, they were roommates. Mrs. Beaumont. The end. This is literally who they were sharing notes with. We figured this out on Wednesday. No, they were. They were roommates at the school. I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today in their secret language. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight, M. Don't remember that part? Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Oh, I have to get through every single letter. Holy shit. Okay. August 11th, 1946. Dear Anne, I've just heard Doris Day on the radio, and it makes me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Count every mile of railroad track that takes you back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I would feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it's been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you. Not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden, the smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling? I don't know how to say darling with a French accent. Where's Rue when I need her? This is based in Montreal. Which is Canada. Which I know you know that, but in case someone doesn't. My family seems to notice my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you is nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us, so I could know for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M. I miss the Expos. I went to an Expos game in San Francisco. Barry Bonds hit 3 home runs that game. Inner selection mode. What am I selecting? Wait, why is it giving me selection mode?
Doris Day.
Ah.
That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
I don't think we know that. Also, it'd be Marcella might be, because Marcella's the only one who didn't have these books in her room, and the stalker who has our pictures and was following the cruises does have one of their books in her room. Okay, so the picture of the two of them. Aww. I think you're on the right track that one of these two women did write it. I think you are very right about that. I don't know specifically it's Mrs. Beaumont, but I think that is a very good idea that it might have been someone here. All right, dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. It's been 6 months already since I left Montreal. As you always say, le temps passive? I don't know. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. The past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. We cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasts as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it's time for us to go our separate ways. You make me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, F. Aww. Is that it? Okay. Greta. Okay. So... Greece? If it's Greta and Doris, and we take the first two of the first and the last two of the last, it's Greece. But what do we do with that? Oh! Wait. The thing in... We're gonna do that real quick. Which choice did she have for the time? Not a whole lot. You're not wrong. Still, that doesn't make it suck any less, though. Left the box open, we'll go back. Alright. Great game. Wait. I kind of am worried. I've been playing it like I've been worried, but I was so excited. Just because Greece is also a great game. Solved Anna's riddle and opened the case in room 519. Oh.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Slash, thank you. I genuinely wouldn't have figured this out ahead of time if you didn't say that. Going through people's shit and living, get open and going to other rooms. Look, I already know how the day ends, because the game starts with how the day ends, which is that we're talking to the police about something that happened today. Dear Marcella, or should I say Brigitte, you know I prefer a good old rhyme story. Last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized your story? We may have changed names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It's been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. A letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. First, I could not believe you had written those words. I waited in vain for you to answer, and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years, I was brokenhearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well. Happy to see you accomplish your dream of becoming a writer. Very sincerely. Should I sincerement?
murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
Dear Marcella, I don't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Lewis was half the man you say Hector is. He's quite a temper and it hits me frequently. I'm willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days where he comes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again. Suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield. We were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonition. I don't know if I've seen. I know it's based on premonition, which is why I'm pronouncing it like that. I don't know if I've actually seen this word. That's your question. I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work. I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. Hope to hear from you soon. A. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help to make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she'll cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, so as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it'd be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. Yes, I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Brigitte Boswell, to recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
I left the house. I left Lewis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? That's so much less to hide, and yet... Michael and I are staying at the Clearing Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Lewis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, but registered under the name Beaumont. Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet.
Really?
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Oh, this is from Mr. Spade. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working. I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Brigitte Boswell's first novel, your novel. I've never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. It really urged a nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. Doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I'd always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other. I'd never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better, leave the hospital. Hope to hear back from him soon. For my discharge, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. Discovered Brigitte was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man. I never give up. Think we can meet? I have so much more to tell you. Paul. I too made a bed. Would anyone want to cuddle in it? What cuddles Amu though? Amu, you missed it. They were roommates.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. Realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. Wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I'll have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turned me down so they learn where I spent the last 10 years of my life. Continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you all this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. Hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener. I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. But anyway, please tell me more about your life. Do not hesitate to wrong letters. I must have read your previous ones 1,000 times already.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
Oh! Just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago before I even sent my first letter. He'll never know my feelings for him, and I'll never know if he could have loved me back. Guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. Wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst death and chaos, he'd marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first, and I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. Now there's nothing keeping me here. Desperate for anything that would help me forget the pain, I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance of my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you. Ooh.
So this was all a story about star-crossed lovers, with the lovers in question being Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz.
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether
Yeah,
they chose to meet here just to
the letter
reconnect
said
for
that
a
she
few
hired
days,
him.
Or
It doesn't
if
say
there's
for
something
what.
more to it.
Actually, I think I can help with that.
Really? How?
Well, some mail just arrived here for Mrs. Beaumont.
Oh, that's a federal crime in the U.S. I don't know about in Canada.
I wonder what's in it.
Me too.
Should we open it?
Well, that's illegal, isn't it?
Illegal in Canada, too.
But sometimes the mail arrives a little damaged, you know?
Andrew! Oh, man.
So?
It's a tourism pamphlet for California and 3 train tickets. What do you think this means?
I'd say Anne and Marcella are probably planning to run away from their husbands. Those train tickets must be for them and Michael.
So you're on a first-name basis now, huh?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
When damaged, we put them in branded bags we call body bags. That's actually really funny.
I have to say, though, I'm
You
still
would
a bit
know, that's
confused
true.
as to how Paul fits into all of this.
How Paul fits into all of this. Marcella hired him.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What would she hire him for, though?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you?
We'll probably never know. I think the trail ends here.
Oh, no,
I
what?
guess investigations in real life always have some loose ends. I was kind of hoping we'd have this big third act reveal, to be honest.
At least it made
I was told
everything
this game's a
interesting.
murder mystery.
That's for sure.
So, big third act reveal.
Helped me understand you better, too.
Oh?
Why you Snoop, I mean. Piecing together people's stories, learning...
Did you hire him to
what
murder
makes them
her husband or
tick.
Mrs. B's husband?
It makes you realize we may have more in common than it seems.
Did get suggested. Oh. Last time Taco and Splash said we're not flirting. Is that how we're still feeling, chat? Dude sounds sus now. I want the Andrew lore. I don't know. I think even Amu's on the everyone has a story train. Flash, you're biased.
You're right. It's a good reminder that there are always reasons for the way people are, even if we can't pick up on them right away.
Yeah. We're all made up of what came before. I'm glad you understand where I'm coming from. would you come and see me when your shift ends? We could leave together, if you'd
He's
like.
really pushing
Sure.
this.
If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
Oh, I wouldn't be sleeping. I've got a reading list the size of the Eiffel Tower. This would be the perfect chance to put a dent in it.
That does sound like fun. I could bring my magazines and, ooh, maybe light some of Rebecca's candles.
Now I kinda hope we do get stuck here.
Scandalous, she's just to stay the night. This is true.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Alright. We are closing everything.
Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is.
Scratch my head. Oh, we just came in the elevator? Wait. I can't turn around. Oh no. The third act reveal! And the elevator can't close. She kind of looks like her too. Little bit. It's just a paper cut. Just a flesh wound. Don't go near it.
Mr. Cruz?
Sophie is so nosy. Do you think she's not gonna get involved?
Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened?
This hotel did have a staircase, right? Too much blood for a pulse? You don't know that.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We'll look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you cannot divulge a guest's personal information regardless of that guest's behavior. As I'm sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy, and our staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
It expired 10 days ago. 11 days ago. Right? It's 1978? Yeah. There has to be a staircase you have to use in case of emergency. Yes. And, wait, why can't I...
Marcella? Okay.
It's not
let's not
expired?
jump to conclusions.
Oh, 58, not 78. You're right. I'm an idiot. In fact, it started 10 days ago. Never mind. My apologies. Look, I don't read. Y'all want me to read? That's the way it's my head. Fresh life insurance policy seems sus. What else could I do? I looked at those two things. No, can't do the selection. Our district didn't teach us to read. No, our district did teach us to read, and then I completely forgot by the time I joined the Marine Corps. I've been reading for the past 2 hours. I've been guessing at what it says for the past 2 hours. I don't know what you mean. Okay, what else can I do here? Oh, I can exit. Say no to divorce. Yeah, that's right. I may have peed a little. I wish I had the you could call it, there goes the power. Time to start wearing depends on. I know where you grew up. Uh-oh. Camera. More floor lamps. So was Mr. Hitchcock in 602? Maybe. Well, this lamp actually got knocked over. But something in that icebox other than ice? Why? It's an icebox. You would only put ice in there. Cigarettes.
A, B, and
Don't know where I live now.
Pond.
I'm Facebook friends with you, I can figure
Should I hold on to this?
No, no, we are putting that right back.
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
Don't need a divorce, the husband is dead. Montreal's much bigger than I expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely. And that feeling was only exacerbated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at the train station. I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area. Thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It was until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today is Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash. And I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past weeks has been a great distraction, but still hurts so much every time I think about him. I hope the pain will be gone by now. Probably need a double dose of Miltone to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel. The sidewalks were so packed with people I started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized it's all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I anticipated. I resort to selling the camera, so I decided upon my victory medal instead. It's hard letting it go after so many years, and yet also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I should be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books and movies. Both seemed like nice people. I should find the courage to join the conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invincible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seemed to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding out, right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
Who's sneaking out of the room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel. Tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera's at the ready, but there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time to let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So, Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
Woke around 9:30 a.m. Realized I'd fallen asleep sometime early in the morning. I was about to go back to my room where the guest from 507 came to sit on the chairs close by. She's been there ever since I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday. He accused me of having an affair with his wife. Guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne, has just said she might have an idea of how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it'll be when I do come out. Maybe I should. The rest is covered in blood. So he had no idea about Anne. Or at least that Anne was going to be here. There's selection mode.
Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise? Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear you were in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and the shame of players cannot see past your medical history. But don't despair. I've been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. I would like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction. As a sort of research, I would like you to follow me around and take notes of my comings and goings. I'm aware this is a very unusual job. Instead you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses. You would, of course, be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished. Sincerely, M. That's really kind of her. Inspiring me as a
really got into his role.
You really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you brought were a nice touch. You look straight out of film noir. Also noticed you started smoking. Probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe it's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
He wasn't supposed to be here. That's why this is not a work-related expense. Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I'm starting to worry you're taking your role a bit too seriously. You're not a real detective. You have to let go. Uh-oh. Why can't I open the ice machine? Wait, I can't open the ice machine.
I have to get the power back on.
Oh, the power. Oh, the fuses! The fuse! That was all the way down here. Here? Screwdriver.
It's too big. I guess I'll need something
pointier. No, I need the ice pick. I just realized. Did I replace your towels? I didn't.
This can wait. There are more pressing matters than Sophie.
Damn it! I'm a housekeeper. I have a job to do. It's not replace the fuse. Maybe they shouldn't have fired the guy who's in charge of maintenance.
That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. Yes, this is what I need.
There was more in here.
I don't think there's anything here that would help me.
Did he get fired? He quit? No. We got an achievement for not preventing him getting fired. Oh no.
Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do.
If there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from sockets. Tips. Blown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses to sockets. Make sure amperage is correct. Like a big lever to restore power. Eugene. That's... Okay, so type P is 25. Okay, this is type... Okay, type S, this is also 20, so... I'm not covering anything, right? Okay, good. This is definitely also 20. Let's scroll the fuse. Oh, we also gotta remove... Oh, and this one. So this is gonna be type A, and this will be type G.
Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses.
Is this? Okay. Good. Just use 30 amp for all of them. We'll be fine. Turn the power on the 5th floor. Amateur electrician. And the body is gone. Nope, still there. But real quick. It was actually my last towel, so I'm assuming that means I'm now done with towels. I don't know what I would need to do to properly finish cleaning all the... I assume that's part of it. Alright, can I place the ice pick back down? Yes. I can't open this?
Power's back. Now, I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
Where are the stairs? Hold on. You have Oreos. Nice. Dallas. Oh, these are the stairs, and they're blocked.
I knew blocking the stairs would be a bad idea.
Oh no, I have to move the body? What if I... Oh, it's probably closed. I can't close it. I can't close it. Where are they?
No answer. Andrew must be busy trying to restore the power in the lobby.
So it's actually interesting. Like... Obviously you're not supposed to move the body, but if the only way to...
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back.
I want to figure out what the hell's in the ice machine. But it won't let me open it. Why won't it let me open it? Oh, you know what? No, he just had his head bashed in on the ice machine. And then went all that way. Because the blood's on the outside of the ice machine. It's really weird I can't do anything with it.
Hello? Is anyone in? Hello? I need help. Hello? Is anyone in?
Oh, this is the first room cleaned. They already have their towels. I don't think there's anything else I could do in here. Okay, what about this? Or... Oh, I haven't been in here yet. Oh, the gossip magazine that I was reading. Oh my god.
What?
Okay. Do not get me wrong. I have absolutely used the bathtub of a hotel room as this is where we're storing the booze. I have absolutely used the hotel tub for this purpose. The toilet? What happens if you have to pee? Are you just gonna go pee in the bathtub? Put it in the tank? Even that's bet. Wait, is that what they did? They peed in the bathtub? What happens if you have to poop? Do you poop in the shower? Toilet will keep it cold? No, you buy ice and you put it in the tub. You never piss in a tub? Almost every time I shower. Don't judge me. But the poop outside, oh my god. Sorry for the mess. So I should she just had someone says bashed in. Oh my god, it's not coming off. Wait, why is it coming? Oh, there we go. Hank, don't look at me like that. Caution, wet floor. Beds didn't even get used. Is it snowing outside? Yes. Who needs beds when you have a floor through? I'm not going home without a prize. Dear my beloved Leanne, much I'd love to spend this Valentine's Day with the woman who's about to become my Mrs. Heward. I'll happily make do with the lifetime of Valentine's Day awaiting us. Enjoy your week in Montreal. I'll be eagerly awaiting your return and start of our new life together. Love, Gregory. Yes, don't let Simone rope you into anything crazy. Tell her I need my bride back in one piece. Valentine's Day, I'm on the hunt, and I'm not going home without. Well, cleaning everything, including a very nice Valentine's Day message. Oh my god. Fine this. Valentine's ball. Streamer, do you know who Colonel Edmund Bowen is? No. Should I? I guess is the better question. Got some hearts there. Did he really scold us for talking? These Montreal cab drivers, I swear. I know, I thought he appreciated us trying to make conversation. Thank God for old-fashioned pen and paper, at least. Yeah, it takes you back. At least Sister Gabrielle here to confiscate the war. Like I was saying, are you ready for your week-long bridal shower, Mrs. Heward? Stop it, Simone. I'm not Mrs. until we walk down the aisle, and this week is for thinking about anything but that. That's right. We're making the most this week before I lose you to the jaws of married life. I would never. I won't be another Andrea, I promise. But yeah, he's going to kick us out if you keep making me laugh. Montreal Tourism Association, 1957-58. Discover historic and gay Montreal. Riley was retired 43 years as a colonel. Wonder if he was a Mustang. Would think 43 years he would have been a general of some sort. Yeah, there's actually even colonels have a like time and service requirement, don't they? Or like time and service cutoff? I thought I remember reading that recently and being like, oh, that makes sense, but also weird. But I guess if he was Mustang, that still would apply unless he got some special exception. Because to make general, you still have to get approved by Congress, so there could have been something preventing getting approved by Congress for something. Alright, we're throwing that away. As funny as it is. Okay, so we can throw this away too, because... Alright, anything in the drawers? Oh. Just learned something very cool. It's about historic and gay Montreal. I think that's this room clean, right? Look how good at our job we are. We gotta report a murder, but first... include room 5 or 6 for you. Oh! Because Montreal's been a haven for LGBTQ people for a while, but 1959, not before this happened. Okay, so how do I... oh, yeah, click on this to leave. Is there anything else you guys think I should have done by now? I guess technically I have the last 2/3 of a save code? What was it? Liv! No way! Hi, Liv. Okay, where was this? It was not 504, not 505, not 509, not 507. It's in the basement. Alpha race code. 2 and 16. What do I do? Just brute force it? Oh, I can't even click on that safe. Can I click on this safe? How you doing? I'm doing okay. How are you?
No combination, no entry.
Okay. So I missed something to give me the first part of that. Or I will later find it. And I do actually get to come back up here. Also, there's, you know, just a dead person. But it's fine. Listed in 72, War went... holy shit, did the full tour. Enlisted for 13 years, and then warrant officer for God knows how long, and then went full commission? He's like... damn! Alright, well, figure out where everyone is. No one's at the front desk. Housekeeping. Class Clout Clarington. Aw.
Andrew? Where is everyone?
Not in the restroom.
Anybody down here?
Huh. Are they in the manager's office? No. Okay, so where else could they be? What the hell? Oh, I can go in. Actually, where am I on ads? This is how I call the cops.
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
Aren't they Mounties? Aren't Mounties like the federal police? Like like their equivalent of the FBI, I guess.
Is this the brochure Andrew was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne?
From San Francisco to Los Angeles. Definitely nothing north of that. It's more fun to say, oh, absolutely. Then the 3 tickets.
So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan?
RCMP is the National Police.
No, I just have to wait for the police. Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role-playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator.
To all reception staff, discard previous instructions or prestigious guests has expressed a desire to meet the guests from room 505. Do not fathom what such an illustrious man wants from such a freak, but if you see him, please direct him towards my office. Paper. Anything else I can do back here? Yeah, Mr. P.I. is in 505.
Hey, you're here. I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and Sophie? Don't worry, I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh?
But we're in Quebec. RCMP provides local police services under contract in all provinces and territories except Ontario and Quebec, and we're in Quebec.
Did you call the police?
Yeah,
they aren't in Ontario and Quebec.
What happened?
In Quebec, I assume it's because a very...
No, I don't think
Quebec
so.
and the rest of Canada, there has a very contentious history because that's where most of the French Canadians are. So,
Jesus.
yeah, like Quebec.
Do you think it could be Paul?
I don't even think there's a good, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if Puerto Rico was made a state, that would be, like, the best comparison I think I could make if for, like, a state in the U.S. that kind of is, like, just that much different than the rest. Because, like, as much shit as we give, you know, Texas or any other southern state, or the Southerners give California, we all speak English. We all operate along a lot of the same historical rules. Maybe Hawaii, kind of, but not even then. Yeah, Ottawa is in Ontario, and Ontario is the capital. Yeah, and Toronto is also in Ontario. So I assume it's probably just a matter of the local stuff in Ontario is I have assumptions for Ontario. Definitely understand for Quebec. Well, yeah, but at this point, it's basically run the same as any other state. Whereas Quebec gets a lot of what's the word? Not exceptions, but just like the rules are very different for Quebec from the rest of the country, from my understanding. Like I think they're not required to have English signage, like at all. Like where everything else, like, you know, signs are required to, like, official signs are required to be in English, usually in English and French, and in Quebec that's just in French, I believe. You think it could be Paul? I'm gonna say no, because and let me clarify for the stuff about Quebec. It is stuff that the people in Quebec have fought for because, like, the Canadian government's screwed them over in the past. No, it's you, Andrew. Oh my God.
What about Anne and Marcella? Their affair is a pretty good motive.
The police will want to ask you a lot of questions. You may want to be careful about what you tell them. With Paul's history of mental illness, there's a good chance they'll suspect him even if he didn't do it.
I'm gonna ask, what do you mean, even though I understand, because I'm curious, like, how he's gonna tell her to do it. And I'm curious what Andrew's gonna say about it too.
What are you saying?
What I mean is that spending some time in a psychiatric hospital doesn't make you a murderous psychopath. But for some reason, that's what everyone seems to think. The police especially.
Yeah, but that's probably because the fuse for this floor is on the basement.
You know how I said I studied to become a priest, but never took my orders? That's because I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to like. I could barely get myself out of bed. So I ended up going to a psychiatric hospital. And the doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me, looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you that.
What?
Call it coincidence or fate, but that psychiatric hospital, it's the same one Paul went to.
That's a hell of a coincidence.
I met him there. Talked to him a bit. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
It's okay. I get why you didn't.
I'm actually curious how different this game is if we had gone with what's her name as the person that we confided in of all the snooping we were doing. Why does that make him sus, Flash? If it's Hauser, there's not that many psych hospitals around, so trying to build another. That's true. We're gonna open up about ours.
I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden. Well, it's true, but I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical.
He didn't seem to think so.
Of the truth.
Because we just read that
exactly what you went through.
Although I guess he didn't mention anything
understand.
about knowing
Thank you for telling
Andrew
me.
before either. So
I know
who knows?
it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here. They're here. Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Getting me out at?
Miss Roy?
He is out
Miss Roy.
cold.
Miss Roy.
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
Well, this is where the game starts.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure
for all
you
your
don't
Andrew slander, true.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him.
The Andrew sisters. We talked about them on Wednesday. Or
Why
wait,
was the elevator
no, we
bell
talked
ringing?
about. Never mind, we talked about them completely
You
off
said you
screen.
heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Mr. Cruz's body was blocking the doors.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body.
I'm assuming we're now gonna have to
was
explain that we
preventing
moved the
doors from
body.
closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So...
Oh,
what
if
did
we
you do
lie
after
about
that?
it, do we?
Well,
Oh.
that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
We use
No,
an ice pick.
I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
We're still in California? Yeah,
You're
I'm
a size
in
7, I suppose.
I'm in Sonoma
Yes,
County.
I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few.
I might have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr.
What the fuck does
Cruz.
size have to do with it?
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me.
Definitely at this point, it's trying to
Anyway,
figure out what she was
What
possible
did you
she
do
could do.
after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
Ooh. Wow, neither of these would be my actual answer. It would be... my answer would be, nothing about this seemed natural. Because really, like, at the end of the day, that's what it... Oh. No, I think Kate's right. I think it actually was, like, literally asking about her shoe size. That's a good thought, Splash, because I definitely, like, thought that, too, of, like, oh, she's so small that she would have been able to accomplish this. So I think Kate's right, is... Her footprints would be everywhere in that blood. I'm worried about lying about it. Yeah, amount of blood in the attempt to crawl. Well, could he have tripped and fallen, banged his head that hard, and then tried to crawl for help? The answer is yes. But I guess still, even if that's the case, we would say that was just an assumption, which is us lying. Now, the real question is... Yeah, if the game's going to be fair about us saying it's an assumption. I mean, even if we were snooping, it's still an assumption, right? No, the game's not going to let us... The game's not going to let us be technically correct like that. Do we want to lie? I feel like if we start lying, it's going to get real tricky real fast. There's that much blood coming from a head wound. Lie? Okay, we got one for lying. Should have asked for a lawyer. We're in Canada, so I don't even know those. Like, from my understanding, that's actually a very American thing of like, I want my lawyer before we lied at all this playthrough. Yes, yes, we have. We lied to the boss about why we were next to the door to his office. Well, it's a 50-50. Either it's a lie or it isn't. Let's make it interesting. Let's lie.
I just assumed. What with all the blood?
I'm afraid I don't believe that, Miss Roy. It's more than an assumption, isn't it?
I'm not sure I understand what you...
I know you like going through your guests' personal belongings. We've found pictures of you snooping around.
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guests' privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
Oh no! If they found the pictures, then they found this too, right? Stitches get stitches? We're not supposed to talk about that he spent time in a psychiatric hospital because we don't want him to get blamed just because he spent time in a psychiatric hospital. I feel that one. No, it wasn't in a locked area at all. Not one bit. Well, actually, no, it was in a suitcase that required a key. And probably in the safe as well. Taking too long to answer? I don't think that's actually a mechanic in this game.
About him. He seems nice, though.
Nice? I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh?
We found out that Mr. Spade is fresh out of a madhouse. When we called the place, they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
We're taking a stand, right? Deny? What if Marie... Wait, what? Deny... Wait, we're not taking a stand for him? Okay. No one wins in a power struggle? I mean, cops win in a power struggle. Smile.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Do we lie about this? When do my ads pop up? Oh, we just had ads? Oh, we must have just had it. Don't know anything. Fuck, that guy lied about everything. You know what, Kate?
I don't know much. Only that
I like where you're
looks
going
like
with this.
a loving, caring wife.
Really? That's odd, because we learned a lot about Mrs. Cruz when we went through her room. And let's just say that loving, caring wife are not the first words that would come to mind.
Are you taking a stand for someone we barely know?
Involved in some sordid affair with the guest from room 507, Mrs. Beaumont. Have you ever witnessed them engaging?
I went to Afghanistan for.
What do you mean?
I mean,
I'm asking if you've
saying
seen
it was
them
4 people,
like
4 Americans, is obviously fucking hoity-toity and high as shit.
And
but
did you hear them discuss their deviant ways?
That's a minor thing to take a stand for someone I barely know.
What kind of effect
compared to the
such
shit I've done.
perversion can have on a young child?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
Although now I'm curious what take a stand means. Deny everything?
No, I didn't hear any of that.
I'm sorry, Miss Roy, but I just don't believe you.
I've not heard either of them speak once.
Can I please leave?
You can. But you'd better stay in town. I'm sure I'll have more questions for you very soon.
I guess in that case, rather than deny that we've heard it, it's what the like. Why are you assuming that they talk shit about men just because they're in love with each other or something like that? Which, again, something I feel like I already know.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign.
Oh no, I'm gonna get fired too. I'm gonna get fired too.
The atmosphere is so different in here. It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Without Eugene, the lobby will be a swimming pool by the end of the month. Will the rest of the building even be standing?
Yeah. Is there shit? I can't even grab a mop? Oh, there it is. We're cleaning. Wait, hold on. Do you know doing the unpaid labor thing? My job. All of this is unpaid labor. I didn't get paid for shit. There's like... Actually, I lied. I got two resubs and 100 bits on Wednesday while doing all this clean.
I'll go empty my locker.
Andrew.
Hey.
Are you okay?
I've just been fired.
What? No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
Yeah.
He's getting fired with a splash. Is that sus?
Here now you can't say you didn't get paid.
Thank you, Taco. I appreciate the 2 bits. I got paid. That's...
I suppose you know why you're here?
Is it about the murder?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable.
Got your name correct. Bernard knows your name now.
Blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. I had planned to give this month's Employee of the Month title to Wendy, but
Is this supposed to be a mustache? I think so.
I'm thinking of giving it to you instead.
Really?
You should know it comes with the responsibility of being a glowing example for other staff members to follow. Is this something you believe you can do?
If it comes with a reward, yes.
Would it come with a reward?
I see you're a pragmatist. Yes, it would.
Okay. Then I'll do it.
Good. I expect you to be here on Monday, first thing in the morning. There's a lot of work to be done before the reopening.
It's like holding on one side.
That'll be all.
I think part of it is a shadow. Like shadow on this, the shadow is like on the mustache, makes it look darker. So not getting fired because I cleaned my rooms really well. All that unpaid labor bullshit.
Hey.
Saved me my job.
What a week.
You don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
He offered me the Employee of the Month title.
That's great. Congratulations. It's too bad I won't be there when you get your reward, though.
There's something for the Marine Corps after all.
It's not your fault.
I know.
I at least know how to do it in a video game.
I get rewarded while you lose your job.
Don't feel bad about it. You need it more than I do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Well, I told him about my time at the psychiatric hospital.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. He said that didn't fit with the hotel standards and showed me
Because
the
he's
door.
a rat. Stitches get stitches. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that. Like, I know if I ever go back to getting a job, I'm going to have a fun time explaining this gap in my resume. Integrity is a thing. I'm going to have a fun time explaining this gap in my resume. What's next for you?
What's next for you?
I think I'd like to be my own boss. No more Bernard looking over my shoulder. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
A 5-year gap between
I
jobs
can't
and they
say
didn't
I'm
ask about it?
surprised.
Interesting.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be
Yell
able
that
to
by the feline
combine the
again.
two things
What'd
I love
you
most.
do?
Reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say, there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm really glad I have you as a friend.
Me too.
I feel like this wording is very 2010s, 2020 way of expressing whatever it is she's trying to express. Fun fact, Twitch still has my Kindle in PG mode, and he's a rat is deemed inappropriate for chat. What the hell? What is going on with Twitch and your Kindle? I didn't list Twitch around my resume. I wouldn't either. Unless, like, if I was... Okay, actually, I lied. There are certain jobs I would put this down on my resume. They would all be social media or social media marketing type deal jobs. Those would be the only reason I put this on it. I think I'm just gonna answer this because this doesn't feel appropriate for the time period at all. For some reason, parts of Amazon are fighting. Don't want to communicate with Kindle on Twitch. That's true.
What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
What do you think?
I don't know. I wish they'd get a happy ending, but I'm not sure it's that kind of story.
I'd like to believe it is. I think Paul becomes a famed photographer. He gets his own studio and decorates it like a hotel bathroom. As for Anne and
Or something
Marcella,
for Amazon and
they
shit
move
is
in
scheduled to
together.
show up between
But
July
they keep
17th and
leaving
July
each other notes
31st.
and events. You know.
Happy
for old
ending? What
times'
kind of game is
I
this?
like it.
It's on
Maybe you should
Twitch.
write that.
Maybe I will.
Whatever you ordered is also inappropriate. Uh-oh. I feel like we didn't get the good ending. Something tells me we got the not good ending. Oh, he has to go live with dad, with abusive dad. A llama dog. Yeah. You got Wendy fired and were a good maid, and Bernard remained something. And my reward was a vacuum. All's well that ends well? Aww! He opened his bookstore. This is fun. Bookstore isn't gonna last. Maybe at this time it does. This game's cool because I actually feel like I have a reason to replay it. I feel like a lot of these like mystery puzzle games, you're kind of able to figure out everything in the first playthrough. But there were like, I think we could have easily saved Wendy's job. I guess I could have destroyed the letter and also saved Eugene's job as well. But yeah, I feel like, I feel like the game's gonna be really different if I pick the other, what's it called? The other front person. I'm freaking blanking on her name. But if we pick her as our knight in shining armor to go through the game, ebooks and audiobooks are gonna put him out of business in about 70 years. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, I think that's really cool. If you feel like it's not like we didn't beat the game. We got an ending. We got the ending where we are employee of the month. So we did something right. But also I feel like I could now go through it again and do it much better. Kate, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, Buster, that was very kind of her, wasn't it? Might you feel a little more high energy if you ate your breakfast, you goof. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was fun. So much education about 1950s Canada. True! There's some gameplay to PlayStation a long time ago. It was a short game kind of like this. I'm trying to think. Like, Detroit Become Human could be this short. And actually, yeah, and, you know, decisions matter and all that stuff. Was it that? Detroit Become Human was great, yeah. No, was that okay? I really wish I remember how I got this game recommended to me. It was good. Got it. Glad I did it. Once we knew it was a murder mystery, it sucks because, like, on the one hand, it's not our job to solve the murder. That's the police's job. But I feel like that's where, like, the fun could have really been. Instead, this felt like where the game ended. Which, you know, it's an interesting pacing thing. I don't know. Maybe I screwed something up and there's more to do at that point, but that I answered wrong. But yeah, everything after the body almost felt rushed. Yeah, and again, that just might be how I answered stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna play this again off stream. Go with go with her and see if I can figure some of this stuff out. But very interesting take a Shogun mystery though. Most of the time the murders early on. Yeah, you got to find out about people's motives and all this stuff before it was even a murder mystery, which, granted, is, I hate to use realistic because obviously it's a video game and what happens and what wouldn't happen is outside of my purview. But it feels like the real way that someone would figure out all this stuff even before there was a murder. Vibe stream game? Oh, Vibe Club? Maybe. But I think ads are gonna run soon. It is about that time. Yeah, we're gonna just quickly snooze that right now. Was there ever any mention that Mr. Cruz is missing? We just know that none of them had been seen all morning. That's kind of what we knew, was we hadn't seen them all day. But it's a hotel, so how hard are you keeping track of them? Like, they didn't even realize the do not disturb sign was on Mrs. Beaumont's room, but there wasn't, no one knew if they were there or not, so they had to call. But anyway, that was fun. I'm glad I did that. One before I go and find Raiders, I do really want to quickly say, because it is really important. What happened they announced it last month, and as of yesterday, tier 1 subs are more expensive going forward. So please keep an eye, just reevaluate your subs. If you're reevaluating your sub for me, I totally understand. If you paid for them up front, which some people did, and I wish I had said something earlier, because for some people it's a really good deal, you would have gotten that rate for however far ahead you paid. They are $6.99 US now, or it's $5.99 US now instead of $4.99. So another $1, which is a 20% increase. That's not nothing. Tier 2 and Tier 3 subs are the same. Bits are the same, but they increased. Yeah, they increased the price of tier. Well, it's not inflation if you're only increasing the price of one thing. So just, I should have said something sooner. If my sub's one of the ones that dropped, I totally understand. But they keep in the same split. Yes. So streamers should be seeing more of the people that are staying subbed, but I would imagine a lot of I went and canceled some subs that I either emotes I wasn't using, that it was a channel I wasn't going to, and it was emotes that I wasn't using that much. I kind of was like, okay, well, there's 2 channels that I have kept my sub to that haven't streamed in years, but I love their emotes so much and they're good friends that I'm going to keep supporting them. And there's other people that I'm there once every other month and never use their emotes. I want to support them, but that's a lot more subs that that I'm paying for, or that's a lot of dollars that goes up if I'm paying for the same. So please don't just look it over. Just make sure you're still comfortable with how many subs you have after the price increase. Yeah. And I'm sorry for not saying something earlier this week. Who should we go give a visit to? Really? Huh. I don't know how much longer he's gonna go, but I don't know if I've gotten to raid Pole Folks before. And he's raided me more than a few times. Very, very generous with the community. He's playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which I know there's some people in this community that like that game. So we should go give him some love and return all the love he's given me over the time that we've known each other. Erica. Oh, yeah. I have that game on Game Pass. I've never played it, but I'll have to give it a try now. But yeah, so go give Pole Focus some love. I don't know if you know what Booby the Student means, but we should go give him the love anyway. And yeah, I will be back Monday. We've got another mystery puzzle-ish game. I'll be starting Monday. It is called The Forgotten City. It's a more timey one, like kind of like Outer Wilds. That also looks really cool, and I'm excited to play that one as well. Thank you, Steam Summer Sale. So yeah, I'll see you guys over in Pole Focuses. I'll see you guys Monday. Thanks for watching.